Welcome back. This is From the Hip. I'm Chris.
Richard.
Derek.
Tonight we're going to talk about a few different things. I wanted to start off by talking about how our local politics have changed recently, and the fact that it seems like more and more of the bills that we have are getting passed by special interest groups. They're being exclusively written for the group, and one thing that comes to mind is the right to work laws, stuff like that.
Well, they're just pushing that shit through and not even letting us see it.
Yeah.
Or they're putting it in some other stupid shit.
Yeah.
Which is like the bridge thing.
Right, people.
We voted no or whatever on that thing, and they're like, "Oh, we'll just find
Did
another way."
you guys see that
to put it in.
our insurance rates are going up 6% for the premium on the PL and PD?
Our insurance rates and our tags and all that stuff's going up.
Yep.
Did you guys wonder?
It's
Does
awesome.
anybody wonder whether you're a Democrat or Republican? Wonder what the hell they rammed through here in Michigan with 300 bills on a lame duck session? Do you think they processed all that stuff and went through it?
I don't know. They just were past the fucking.
I don't think even the politicians
past
understand how the landscape here locally has changed in just a short period of time. Years and years and years of stuff has been undone.
By the time anyone in Michigan feels the effects of what they did, it'll be too late.
Unfortunately, probably will be.
The R.D.C. show told you that your price of your gas is going up, the price of your utilities is going up, and the price of your groceries is going up. And it ain't the normal trend of
and if you go back
inflation.
further than that, we
higher.
told you he was going to get the bridge regardless of what we voted.
Yeah.
Because we knew he was going to do what he wanted, as the politicians do.
Yep. They find a way.
The natural gas plant just came online here in Lansing, Michigan.
Be prepared to pay for it.
Yep. Wait till you get your heating bill next winter.
People in Lansing, because we got to pay for that.
Supply and demand economics, people.
Yep.
Fancy new
It's
building.
gonna be fun stuff.
That's all I got on that.
All right. I guess my From the Hip is Aaron Hernandez. Did he kill him or what?
I think he's guilty. That dude's an idiot.
Yeah, it seems like there's a little too... I mean, most time I give people reason of doubt until proven guilty, but that this stuff seems way... They got way too much in this guy. The blue bubble gum. They got him on film buying the gum. They got the car he rents with bullet casings in it. Now they got him hooked to another murder, and they think that's why he capped this guy, because he was talking about it at the bar when he was drinking, and he got mad and said, "You can't talk about that around people." Pop, pop. I don't know. What do you think, Christopher? You think he did it?
I think that people who are used to getting out of stuff and used to getting away with stuff, whether it starts in high school, it continues into college and universities, and then on to pros, they feel like they're exception to the law, and maybe he thought he got framed. I couldn't tell you, to be honest, but I definitely can see that somebody in a position like that would think that they're immune and feel like they could get away with it and do it. So it's definitely believable, but
I've heard from some of the reports that he killed him over because the dude was talking to some other dude that he didn't like in a club.
Well, yeah, but he was talking about the double homicide they tied him to.
Oh, okay,
They
yeah.
tied
He
that
was
gun to
telling
that
him
double
some wrong
homicide,
shit.
and he was like, only a couple people knew about it, and they said basically what he was doing is they didn't want to talk about
Yeah,
it.
to get rid of some loose ends.
Yeah, to get rid of some loose ends, because that guy's talking about it, and he didn't want to get caught for it.
Well, he shouldn't have done that in the first place. So
what happened was, what happened?
Like,
he was a guy who got
idiot,
drunk.
man.
He's at a bar, probably hitting on some fucking scantily clad, dressed bitch, and he's drinking, and he starts talking tough about, "Hey, my friend, a football player, killed some people," and he was like, "Whoa, you can't be talking shit like that." Or somebody was getting loud, and he said, "You better watch, who you're messing with." Something like that probably happened, because they said he was talking to people at a bar, and that's what pissed him off. And they think it had something to do with him talking about the double homicide, which nobody knew he was connected to until he killed the other guy. Smart guy.
That's horrible, man. That's horrible.
Well,
I think he's screwed.
I think he's guilty. There's most times I would say, hey, even with OJ, I didn't know for a while until I heard the testimonies if I thought he was guilty or not. But with this dude, right away. For one thing, the cops.
They got him on camera saying
why did he smash all his own? He smashed all his own home video footage. He smashed his own phone.
Yeah.
His lawyers told cops he did that voluntarily because they found it all smashed at his house.
And somebody came
he did
cleaned
that.
his house.
Why did you do that?
Yeah.
Why would you smash your own home footage?
Monday morning.
And then why would you have not just one person clean your house?
It was like
staff
30.
Like
they
30
came in
come in and clean
everything. Quick.
And then they find the body right down where your rental car was at, and the rental car company found bullet casings in the car.
Yeah, and they tried to cover that bullet casing up.
Yeah. I'd say most important would be to prove the motive because all the other stuff is,
right. I mean, they don't have the murder weapon, so I guess we really don't know. But there's women, I guess hot women, going on Facebook, and they got a Facebook page.
Yeah, well, want to marry him.
They want to marry him, and then they say, "Leave Aaron Hernandez alone. He's innocent." I don't know if you're on a football team and you're not friends with one of the 53 other guys on that team, none of them like you and none of them know you because outside of work you talk to no one. I don't see that.
Weird.
Football is a team sport, man.
Yeah.
You got to be close with your people.
You don't have to like everybody. That's for
No,
sure.
but you should at least know them or hang out with one of them.
People
Talk to them,
anyway.
eat with them.
Somebody,
At least the
the
guys in your
kicker or
position,
something.
You would think. But they said he was a loner and never talked. The only thing they ever talked about was he threatened people's lives. But threatened to beat up Wes Welker and stuff when he first got there. Don't be taking away my kitchens or I'll beat your ass. No. Damn. Okay. I guess the last thing I'll say on that subject is the thing that pisses me off the most about cases like that. OJ, Ray Caruth, Aaron Hernandez, any of these athletes that beat women or
whatever,
do drugs or shoot or do whatever the fuck they're doing. You guys are given a talent to play a sport, no matter what sport it is, to make money at it. That any one of us, any one of our friends would give anything to be able to have that kind of life. And then you just throw it away.
Nice.
Ray Caruth, why?
Why?
You're a millionaire.
Just
because she's having a baby,
one.
you got to kill her and the baby? What the? Just can't pay some child support.
The other one.
Stupid. I guess, and OJ, you could have had any blonde woman.
Yeah.
You were freaking OJ. There's tons of bimbos in Hollywood. Damn. Sorry, women in Hollywood.
Hey, one thing I did want to ask you guys real quick because it's back in the news again is the Trayvon Martin case.
Yeah.
And I still say to this day that you leave the house armed, spoiling for a fight, you're probably going to find one.
Yeah.
He's guilty of murder, period.
He did kill him.
It was wrong they were wrong. They were both wrong.
Yeah.
But it didn't elevate to murder.
I don't know.
He said he feared his life.
The kid, they got the
if
one.
You're afraid for your life. You're not going to follow somebody.
Have you watched the trial?
No,
the
he
one
wasn't
eyewitness.
scared
The
for his
one
life.
eyewitness said that Trayvon, and this is what the guy testified. He's the one eyewitness that watched the whole thing.
Bows on him.
He was on top of him, smashing his head in the ground, saying, "I'm going to kill you,"
and dropping,
and just doing.
Well, somebody's following you around. Wouldn't you be right?
He should not have followed him, but Trayvon should not have been pounding his face in. Because I'll tell you right now, if I was following, I see people all the time walk around these trailers and I go outside and watch them. If one of those people came after me because I was seeing why they're cutting through my yard or they're looking by my kid's window, which anybody could have done to Trayvon, he does not have the right to attack somebody and punch their face in like that. And if he shoots him, look, the guy is guilty because he went out of the house with a gun deliberately to follow a kid. But what I'm saying is anybody could have walked out of the house and been like, "Why are you cutting through my yard?" And that would not give him the right to attack somebody because if somebody follows him.
He was following him.
Doesn't matter, because like I said, I could see someone cutting through my yard and go outside and follow him. They could say, "I followed him to the back of my trailer." Yeah, I followed you to the back because you're cutting through my yard. That kid was cutting through yards and through a subdivision he did not live in.
He was walking through yards.
And I would do the same thing here.
And it was bullshit.
And if someone jumped at me and started beating my head on the ground,
they tried to justify that because they said it was raining that night and he was walking along houses. No, if it's raining out, I'm still walking on the sidewalk, people. Come on. Don't say that to jurors.
What should have happened was once Trayvon got him on the ground.
If you're outside and it's raining, you're going to walk along a house or you're going to walk on the sidewalk?
No, I'd
probably walk on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Once Trayvon got him on the ground and punched him a few times in the head, he should have got up and left.
Yep, he should have.
Because once he knocked him down, he should have. But to keep beating him and say, I'm going to kill you, you crazy cracker, or whatever he told him.
Tonight you're going to die.
Yeah, tonight you're going to die. And he's just smashing his face like that. The guy had no choice.
Yeah.
I mean, he did. He had a choice to not go out of his house and follow him. I'm not justifying what he did. All I'm saying is I could see the scenario where I would follow somebody in that situation.
Couple of things. Number one, the neighborhood watch thing clearly states that you're not supposed to engage. You're supposed to simply observe. And you're not supposed to follow. You're supposed to use the network of your watch and say, call him and say he's on his way down there.
Yeah.
And if there's anything going on, then you call the police and have them come and find out what's going on with the person.
Yeah.
You do not go get a fucking gun and go outside and follow him because you're looking for a fight. That's what you're doing.
Had to go get guns. You know how many people carry guns around this country every day?
Well, they said he's always had one. Yeah. But they did say he was on the phone trying to describe all this thing going on. The other person on the dispatch said, "Do not follow him."
Yeah, and he should
not. Do not follow him.
And he shouldn't have followed.
So yeah, they were both wrong. I mean, it's
one guy beat up another guy and
threatened him
and was mad with him. The other guy killed another. I mean, they ain't the same.
If you're laying on the ground though, and someone is dropping elbows like that, and your face is busted open, your head's busted open, and he's basically saying he's not going to stop beating you till you die. You got a gun. You're not going to shoot.
So, what, I guess
regardless
he
of
his back until he drew his weapon and fired it into...
He was on the ground, like this, and the dude's dropping him. All he did is he had it in his pocket. Boom. Right through the pocket. The kid flew off him. That was it. He didn't fucking keep unloading on him.
He followed him.
Shot him to get the kid out. He followed him. The kid shouldn't have jumped on him.
Regardless
if someone follows you, you know what? If you're not doing anything wrong, you shouldn't be mad when people follow you. I always have cops follow me all the time, but I don't panic or freak out because I don't have nothing to do.
That's a cop! This is just some fucking dude.
Doesn't matter. It's the same situation. If a neighbor follows
so how do you know that kid didn't think that he's like, this is a bad neighborhood where a lot of break-ins are going and I'm cutting through. Now this guy's following me. Maybe he's going to rob me.
Just keep going home. There's no reason to even turn around. Just keep going home.
What if you don't, you can't outrun him. You can't get away.
Trayvon can outrun that fucking...
I'm just saying you.
I would just keep walking. And if they came up and attacked me, then it's a different story. I don't turn around and instigate a fight. Mm-hmm. I don't turn around and jump on somebody because they're following me. That is a bad move. If that kid was worried and he was on the phone talking to his girlfriend, he should have called 911 and said, this guy is following me. Come over here and see what's going on.
Yeah.
That's what the kid should have done. And the whole situation is done, over, closed.
Not if
that guy gets arrested for being a person
who's grown up knowing that you don't trust the cops.
It doesn't. Well, in today's world,
that is true,
in today's world, if you are not smart enough to say at some time and point you have to trust the cops, then you're just being stupid. Because any gang member,
you got a guy 8 feet away from you. And you're talking to the cops on the phone.
Yeah, but at least if he tells the cops that, hey, this guy's following me.
Action is imminent here.
No, action's not imminent. George Zimmerman never touched him or he just followed him. Somebody following you does not mean they're going to attack you or jump you. It means they could, and you should be scared.
If a black bear or a cougar is ever following you, it's not because they're interested. They're just curious.
Well, if you're comparing
they're there
to
eat you.
Are people that way? Have you not been followed every time you go to a shopping store? You were followed. People are walking behind you every day. Are they all there to kill you?
No.
Well, there was no indication he was there to kill him.
You're talking about this is the wild, this is strangers, and I don't care.
There was no indication that he was going to kill him.
Becoming a neighborhood watch member does not give you the right to go out and hunt people down in your neighborhood.
He didn't hunt him down, dude. Damn.
He just followed him.
No,
let's see. Dude. Here's my gun. He was like, there's the tracks.
When you go through,
I'm following the black male.
When you go through,
there's my quarry.
When you go through an area that has some neighborhood watch signs up, it means you're being watched. So you have to expect.
Right, it's supposed to be a network of people who watch.
Yeah, but what if the network?
Doesn't say neighborhood patrol.
What if the network of people are all at work and you're the only one in the neighborhood, and you?
If you looked up on the sign and you see a thing that said neighborhood watch and it had like an eye.
Yeah.
And then would that be different if it was like neighborhood patrol and there's a gun and it was a picture of the gun?
So okay, you're signed up in this neighborhood thing. You're the only one at home. You're the only one who gets 4th of July off. You're chilling at home. Someone's walking through your neighborhood. You see them and you just ignore it. And then your friends come home from work and say, "Hey, Christopher, you were supposed to be watching Neighborhood, Dick, and someone broke in and stole my big screen TV."
I watched the guy kick in my neighbor's fucking garage door. I immediately charged in the house and called the police. That guy was able to steal a bunch of shit,
but what if he's
put it in his car, and drive away before the fucking cops got there. I ran to the end of my block trying to get his license plate number, but I didn't make it in time. I let that motherfucker see me, and I'm talking to him on the phone, and I'm telling the cops, and the cop car is passing this guy a couple blocks away, and I'm like, tell the cop he's passing him right now. And too late, the cop drove up and they're like, yeah, that car you passed, that's him.
Yeah, what if he goes, you were able to see him, what if he goes around the corner? You can't see, you're not going to look? You're not going to walk to the end of your yard?
Oh, fuck, no. I ran to the end of my block, which is like one street, one house over.
Yeah, but see, that's not how neighborhood watch is. The bottom line is we disagree.
I could have ran over there with a baseball bat and got that motherfucker as he's coming out the door and just be like,
in my opinion, he's guilty of murder, but it's murder in self-defense. The kid should have never jumped on him and beat him.
Then do you agree that a cop who leaps in front of a car, let's say a guy is scared out of his mind, maybe he's whacked out on drugs, but a cop will jump in front of that car and then unload on the driver and say, I did it in self-defense, he was going to run me over. Had you never fucking leaped in front of the fucking car on purpose, you would have never been in trouble. The guy did not try to kill you. You simply said, oh, you tried to kill me. Ba 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 boom.
It's not that easy.
I am a hero.
Not when you're laying on the ground with your face bashed in. That's not the same scenario, Christopher. Someone's laying on top of you, punching you.
That dickweed put himself in that position. Period.
He put himself in a position of walking
just like
through
those
his
people
neighborhood.
over in Benghazi who got killed, who disobeyed direct fucking orders, and they're a hero. No, they're actually a insubordinate fucking soldier. And they got themselves killed for it.
You have the permission to walk through your neighborhood, which is all George Zimmerman was doing. If he was following someone in his neighborhood that he did not trust, too bad. He shouldn't have been cutting through that.
I had a black kid walk through my house.
Have you ever been followed cutting through people's yards or going into neighborhoods that you're not supposed to be in?
Yeah, Happy Elephant, I didn't make it out. Remember?
No.
You don't remember when I came home with fucking black and blue marks up all over my neck and my back and my face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you learned you shouldn't have been going there. Well, that kid shouldn't have been cutting through those yards. I mean, it's a hard world, but we talked about boundaries and lines with the other things. I mean,
whoa. They're community love, man, and heal the world and shit. We don't have the right to kill people because they cut through our yard.
Well, you don't have the right to beat somebody up because they're following you.
I would have to disagree. If you're following me and you're threatening me and scaring me,
he never threatened him.
Just say, I can't outrun this motherfucker. Did he
ever tell him?
Come on, bitch!
Did he ever say a word to him?
No, I wouldn't be saying, "Hey, bad guy, here I am. I know you're there."
No. Did George Zimmerman ever threaten him?
Did
he ever say, "I'm going to kill you. I'm going to attack you. I'm going to beat you up"? Did he ever say, "What are you doing"? No, he walked behind him.
The guy that mugged you, did he be like, "I want you to stay calm. I'm about to mug you"?
No, he slammed my head into a pole. It was that fast. Did George Zimmerman do that to him?
No.
Did he ever put his hands on him?
No, he didn't.
You don't know that.
No,
yeah, what they do?
The
eyewitness will say
the only damage on Trayvon Martin.
The eyewitness was the guy who lived in the one house. He was nobody's friend.
The morgue person, the only damage on Trayvon's body was that shot.
That was it. He was not beat or touched at all. Not a broken lip, not a broken nose, no blood, no bruising, nothing.
Nothing.
And his fingers, because his hands are all bloody.
If you go and you clean your gun.
You don't know he was doing that. You have no idea
what he's talking about.
What scenario? You're trying to be in his mind.
I fucking love this gun.
See, that's the problem with Christopher.
I'm going to take you outside with me now. I've been target practicing. I have to find out what this is like for real. I gotta know what this is like for real.
So it's
just the same thing as cops.
So how do you know that? How do you know that's how it went down? You were there. You saw him do that. You saw him act that way. You know exactly.
Any dickhead who leaves the fucking house with a loaded gun looking for a fight thinks that way.
How do you know he's looking for a fight? Maybe he's protecting his neighborhood.
Then you go from your porch and you say, "Well, you ain't touching my shit. I can still see him."
How many people in this country walk outside with guns on them every day, and they say they're protecting themselves?
I catch you in my driveway and my fucking jumping my fence. You might have a shotgun pointed at you. I will do that in my yard.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go down the block and see somebody breaking into my neighbor's house, go grab my gun and go running over there. Get on the ground!
That's not you. You know how many people walk around with concealed weapons every day?
That's not what he did.
Was his property or his person under direct threat until he followed him?
He's a neighborhood watch.
Right, that's watch.
He was
not
watching.
Patrol.
He was
not
watching.
Patrol.
He was still watching.
He's in patrol. He
it was nighttime and he was
street.
watching. How can you can watch from your house?
You cannot vilify him for walking around his neighborhood.
Yes, I can.
You can vilify the laws for allowing him to have a gun, and you can vilify the laws for having a stupid law called stand your ground and protect yourself.
Stand your ground. Not stand on your neighbor's ground.
Well, the corner. When you're the head of a neighborhood watch, you get
the watch. You call your phone tree and say he's coming.
Well,
you don't go out there.
George Zimmerman did what he shouldn't have done was followed him at the cop.
What was that fucking the robot in RoboCop? The big ass Ed. I have Ed something. You have 3 seconds to comply.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ed 209.
Yeah.
You ain't fucking Ed 2. I have neighborhood watched. You have 3 seconds to comply.
Well, I'll tell you this,
bitch, get back in your house.
I followed people that I've seen walking around here that I don't know. I've gone outside because I do my walks, and I walked right behind them and see where they go. So I guess you could call me him, because I think in today's world, if you don't pay attention to the people around you, you're a fucking moron.
Hey,
that's all I got to say to you, brother. You're the one that the people are
going
to stick in the door right away and kill
You're following him down the fucking street.
Following
him down the street. Who's here watching your house?
I'm not gone that long. I just walk around and come back.
Right.
I'm not gone forever.
I go run in my part.
Yeah, if you don't know the people around you and you don't know the areas.
That's my spot.
So basically, you live in a square zone and know nobody or anything around you.
I protect my neighbors. The neighbors directly connected to me I will protect them. I don't go any further than that.
But the guy 3 doors down, you wouldn't need to pay attention to somebody.
Officer, I see there's a guy down there. He's kicking in the door. Please get here. Here's the description of the guy. Here's what he's driving. Well, I will never fucking go down there with a firearm and fight.
But that's your choice. This is America. You have those choices. He had the choice to walk around his neighborhood and protect it. That's all I'm saying. You can't sit there and say that he went out there looking for a fight because you don't know. You're not him.
How far from his house was he?
Not any more than I can say.
How far from his house was he?
He was a couple blocks. Or not a couple blocks. It was a few houses down or where it turned the corner or something. I don't really know. I didn't pay that much attention to it. Other than to know that the kid was on top of him, beating him. That all the evidence shows that. He had a broken nose. He had a broken thing. His face was all bloody. The kid only had blood on his fingernails. No damage to his body but the gun wound. The guy said the only eyewitness that witnessed that wanted nothing to do with anything because he's one of those loner people from what I took. Said that he looked out and saw that guy pounding drops on him, and then the guy on the ground shot. And then he got up and he just stood there with blood pouring off his face till the cops came. And he said, I think the black guy's dead. That's all that we all know.
I heard a story of a guy. They talked about it. He was a scrawny ass motherfucker. He was short too. Always running his fucking mouth, right? Always running his mouth. And people would mess with him, blah, blah. But I guess the story was this motherfucker went into some bar, was talking shit to this big motherfucker, and the guy corked him for it. And he said as soon as he sat up, he started shooting. Because he knew that if he was knocked on his ass, that he could kill the guy.
In self-defense?
Yeah.
But see, this whole case and this whole...
You told me yourself that you had friends that would go, because they knew they had a fucking banger, would go into a club and start shooting people just so they could pull their fucking gun.
Well, yeah.
That ain't any different.
That is the...
What about that little girl that got killed in a Standard Federal Bank there on the south side of Lansing?
Christopher, the difference
Did you see the video of that? The cop comes in with a fucking gun leveled off, ready to shoot. She's in there all by herself.
But Christopher, the difference is George Zimmerman never touched his gun until he was getting the shit beat out of him. He did not walk up behind him and
He definitely touched it to put it in his fucking pocket.
Well, yeah, he put it in his pocket, whatever. But he did not pull it out. He did not have it.
With me, baby.
He didn't come up to...
We're going to get some...
He didn't have it up on the kid like... Hey, and now, if you lived in a gang-infested zone, would you not carry a weapon?
Fuck yeah.
Well,
I got 3 of them.
Then shut the fuck up, because he lived in a gang-infested zone.
I don't walk outside with the motherfuckers.
Well, that's because you don't live in a gang-infested zone where you walk outside.
Don't walk by my house. You would, though.
Yeah, if you lived in that area, you would. You couldn't walk outside without being shot. You wouldn't go anywhere without a gun. Nobody out there does.
I can hit a paper plate from 100 yards away with a 19.5-inch smooth.
Well, that's all good. I'm saying you wouldn't be walking. If you lived in an area where every day Carrie went outside to go take the trash out, you'd be afraid of her being attacked.
Would you
would walk outside with a gun.
I worry about that stuff now.
If you lived in being able to drive by shooting your neighbor's windows out, you would go outside to get your mail with a gun. You would always carry one. We don't live in that area, that type of atmosphere here.
I thought this was like a rich-ass neighborhood he lived in.
Dude, every house has been broke into lately.
Wasn't it like
it wasn't rich? No, they're not. He isn't rich. He had to get money off the internet to pay his lawyers. But, the bottom line is, I don't think he should be found not guilty. I think he should be found guilty, but he shouldn't be held to the full contempt of someone who walks up behind somebody and goes, "Pow."
It might not be murder one, but it's murder.
But he still murdered him. I don't deny that. I won't argue that. He did murder the kid, and he should have never followed him. They've told him. But at the same time, that kid had no right to jump on him and start beating his face, and whether he's following you or not. Someone's following you does not give you the right to attack him.
But it don't
warrant. It warrants a response, like, get the fuck away from me. Not telling your girlfriend this crazy cracker's following me, I'm about to whoop his ass. And then jumping on him and just pounding the shit out of him. That does not... When you do that in today's world, with everyone that carries guns, and you start a fight and jump on somebody, which is exactly what Trayvon did. He could have kept walking and been home.
Somebody pisses you off in traffic, don't stop the fight.
Instead, he turns around and starts a fight. In today's world, when you start a fight, you better be prepared to be shot, because almost everybody has a gun.
Anymore.
Everybody. And that's the true root of this whole mess that happened. Guns. Why do we love them? Why do we need them? People shouldn't need them.
No.
Well, there's that line in Lil Wayne's song, guns make boys into pussies, and it's true.
It does. Well, you ain't backing the clock up now, so we got to figure out a way to deal with it forward.
Exactly. I don't know how to deal with it. I mean, the Trayvon Martin thing is horrible, but unfortunately, I think more of it's going to come. Especially when you have stupid laws called stand your ground. That at any point in time, I could feel you're threatening me and be like, "Officer, I shot him in the chest. I'll stand my ground."
Tails.
Yep.
You ain't gonna be able to say.
He came out of the bathroom, broke that bottle, and came at me. Pop. I had to stand on my ground. That is a stupid ass law. I don't know how shit like that gets passed.
That's because politicians don't write laws anymore. Now lobbyists do. They hand the bill directly to the politician and say, "You will pass this. Thank you very much," and it goes unchanged and unread through the legislature and becomes law.
You gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Well, people, that was a good from the hip. Peace.
Peace. We didn't get a topic.